All right, easy peasy. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. It is Nicole Ruth here, hoping that you, as always, enjoy the day.
Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound.
All right, so as you can see, we are not in Calgary anymore. I drove all the way through the mountains, those ones, boop boop, and it is beautiful. So right now I'm walking on my way to Banff, the town, from my beautiful campsite. It's about a 45-minute walk, and I'm gonna see what Banff has in store. So I'm gonna spend about 3 days here, and then after that I will head into Jasper. Let's take a look. Like, should I take the bus? Am I, tired, whatever? How long is it? But no, this is like my perfect hike. Like, it's a nice trail. There's really good mountain views, valley views, and so that is my perfect time. So I am actually in Banff on a long weekend. I tried to plan out my trip to avoid like long weekends, whatever, but it's just the way it worked out. And so driving here on the number 1 from Calgary was insane. Like it was easy, but there was so much traffic. Like it was bumper to bumper pretty much, and we were going pretty slow, but which is okay. I enjoy driving 90, looking at the mountains, things like that. So that was okay. And so I got here and it's super busy, right? Like I'm just gonna kind of lay low, just check out the town, try my hardest not to get COVID. No laugh, no, don't laugh at that. That's not funny. I'm not gonna get it. Anywho, if you're not laughing, you're crying, right? So yeah. So I'm gonna head down today. My plan is just kind of look around the shops, take in the tourist town atmosphere. And then after that, I'm going to tomorrow. I want to really go to Lake Louise, do a hike to the tea house, and then hot springs. I think I might save the gondola for Jasper. We'll see. But the weather is so good. It's perfect weather for all 3 days. So looking forward to hanging out with you. Alright, so I'm back at my beautiful Banff campsite. I'd have to say that I think I have one of the better campsites that I can see. This place is huge, like it's a maze. Like I had my map and I'm like, where am I? But it was good, it's all obviously like it's color, or not color, like everything's lettered, right? Like a normal campground, but it's so big. It's really big, but the washroom's quite nearby, and like the other campsites, they're really wide open. Well, I shouldn't, like the ones I walked past, they're kind of side by side. You can see your neighbor, but mine, as you can see, I can kind of see people like across the street, I guess. But like you'll see all the way around me is bush. So maybe that means it's like easy access to bears, or it just means I have some privacy, which I like. And if you look way up, might be hard to see here, I have to kind of stand in the middle of the road, but you can see the mountains, so it's pretty cool. So I thought that I would show you my camp setup. So it's a little bit different than Drumheller. I actually, since the weather's really good and there doesn't seem to be really any bugs, I decided to not set up my tent. Partly because it's really windy, and so I thought, I don't really need it. And also, there's like, you can't leave anything out. So the things that I would kind of leave out anyways in my tent, like some food items, I can't do that anyways. So I just kind of pack everything back up into my car. Whoops, where am I pointing? There we go. Look at that little pointer. Back into my car, right? So my food, you can't leave anything out because it's bear country. So I am back here, and I usually have my table set up that can kind of pop out under here, but because I'm not really setting up my full site, and it's also really windy, I'm gonna do my cooking kind of on the ground, ground level, to kind of block the wind. So tonight I'm cooking something very easy, because remember, I don't have any like coolers, like proper coolers. I have some lettuce, like that lettuce in a bag or salad in a bag that are amazing. That I have some ice on it, so I'll kind of heat that up, or I'll kind of keep that cool for as long as possible, and it shouldn't go bad. So I have a couple of those that I usually eat for lunch. But I bought a bunch of these. Not the healthiest, I suppose, but they're actually pretty cheap. Like I paid maybe $2-3 for this, and they're so easy. Like it's just, all I need is a pot, this, water. It says to use milk, but I just use water as a substitute. Yeah, so let's take a look. So the first thing I bought actually, and we'll see how this works when I'm in Jasper if it's like really cold, but I bought this cool like electric starter match thingamajig, right? Because I've always had such trouble with the lighter fluid ones. It just never worked. They'd always run out so fast, and so all you do is flip the switch, and it's really cool. Where's my camera? There it is. Can you see it? Can you hear it? Woo! It's like a little electric bolt, so it's pretty sweet. And I find because I don't like to stick my hand near the propane, right? So let's move the camera over to my propane. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on, right? It's pretty stable. I have everything pretty much ready, and all I gotta do is put it to a boil, right? So I'm gonna come on down. So I just have to turn the gas on. You can hear it, and I'm not gonna have it too heavy or too high. Boom, there we go. And so that should be good enough. And then so next it says 2 cups of water. So I'm gonna do that. I have these jugs I kind of keep in my car. So we'll do that. Right. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. So yeah, so that's that. So as I said, I only stayed in downtown Banff just for a little bit because it was so crazy, and I mainly just kind of did that. Whoops. And I mainly just kind of did it for like the walk and the hike was beautiful. Like it was really cool. You went in the bush a little bit, and yeah, it doesn't ever seem like too crowded when you're on like a hiking trail, right? Even though it's kind of a main one. Then of course, on my way back, I decided to take the bus, and it was awesome. I've almost brought back a lot of nostalgia from like living in Winnipeg, like in the city and all that stuff, right? Because I haven't taken the city bus in a long time. So yeah, that's pretty much my camping setup. So after that comes to a boil, I'll just rip this bag open and stir it, boil it, whatever, and it's so good. I was like craving this today. Alright, so as you can see, it cooked up real nice. I'm gonna let it sit there and cool for a little bit. But one of the things, like one of the downsides, I guess, to you know, like camping alone, right? Or living alone, whatever, is that you have to eat the whole thing, like the whole bag, the whole pizza, the whole whatever, right? But I guess, I don't know, is that a downside? Because really, I was gonna eat the whole thing anyways. So I guess I'll count that as a positive. Alright, so that concludes my day. It is always nice to kind of have my cute little SUV to come home to. I finally have like a spot to put everything. So normally, you know, I'll probably practice my yoga for a bit before bed because it's still really beautiful out. But I've got my curtains already set up, my bed ready to go, my cooler tucked away. So now I just need to read my, you know, gratitude journal, dream about tomorrow, and yeah, have a good sleep. Alright, so good morning. Today I'm gonna go, I planned myself a little hike, somewhere still kind of close to the campground. That'll kind of lead me to different viewpoints all the way down the Bow River. So let's see if I can make it. It doesn't look too hard, it's intermediate. Can I do it? Yes, I can. Alright, so I did get mildly lost on that last trail. You know, as I always say, I'm not the world's best hikers, and also there were so many like other meandering trails. I ended up on like a really crazy mountain bike path, but it was still good. I still hiked like the 4+ hours it said, but then I just kind of walked back the way I came, and look at this view. Right, this is the Bow Valley. I'll kind of focus in on the mountains. There we go. And it is awesome. So the Bow River is just below, right? And it is so pretty. Whoop! Especially this big mountain behind me. I just saw the sign. Don't quote me, but it's 9,000+ feet. So it's so pretty, right? And this is right near my campground. And so I was just kind of happy. You know, it's still like the Monday, the long weekend. So I was just really happy to kind of go on this long hike. And then relax and do some yoga and read at my campsite. And then tomorrow we'll see what the day brings.
Well, I never loved one like you.
Boats and boats and waterfalls, alleyways and payphone calls. I've been everywhere with you.
That's true. Laughing till we think we're down, barefoot on a summer night. Never could be sweeter than with you.
And in the streets you run free, like it's only you and me.
Cheese, you're something to see.
Let me go home.
Home is wherever I'm with you.
This trip so far is just how like relaxed I feel. I'm always a pretty chill person, you know, the odd nerves, whatever. But I've just been doing whatever I want, whenever I want, and I've never really felt too busy or too bored. Like even a couple times I've been at my campsite early. I'm like, okay, you know, I've got quite a few hours to kill, but then I don't know. It just went by, you know, not fast, but like nicely, right? There's always kind of things to do when you're camping, like cooking, getting things ready, cleaning, and just relaxing. I haven't even read. I bought a book, right, to kind of fill in some time, or you know, I just love to read, and I haven't read my book that much, right? I've just been kind of filling out my gratitude journal at the end of the day, focusing on the positive, and it really has been just a very relaxed, easygoing vacation. So yeah, there's to the Rockies. So here's to another great day, and I'm back enjoying my campsite, cooked a little ready-made veggie chili, and I look forward to tomorrow's adventures where I head to Lake Louise. Please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel.